Hello, I'm Mason Harwell, and this is my video quiz 2 for week 4. And I'll start with question number 1. What are the 2 most important items you learned about nonverbal communication that you did not know before reading this assignment? You know, as I played football all my life, I learned that nonverbal communication is very important. It shows exactly how you feel. And I had a lot of problems with this while growing up, just with my body language. And as I knew that, physical, body language or communication is a way that people can communicate with you and show you how they're feeling. As I read some of the stuff throughout this week, for example, article 0 to a million, 0million.com, I learned that it was like different types and different names for communication, such as aesthetic. This is the type of communication that takes place through creative expressions, which is playing music, dancing, painting, and just other activities. Another one that I did not know of was signs. It says this is the mechanical type of communication, which includes the use of signal flags and 21 gun salute, horns, and sirens. And another one I didn't know of is symbolic. This is type of communication that makes use of religious status or ego building symbols. And these are just examples that I did not know of before, getting to this assignment. And I just figured, I always knew it was other types of communication, but I always figured that like body language or the physical, which is defined as the personal type of communication. It includes facial expression, tone of voice, sense of touch, sense of smell, and body emotions. This is the type of, nonverbal communication that when I heard that, I really thought of the most. So it was really nice to learn that it's more types of nonverbal communication. The second question, why is nonverbal communication relevant when studying communication in organizations? I think that, most team leaders have to, practice the study of nonverbal communication, because they have to know like who they're working with and who their workers are. They can't just go into an organization and just say, we don't care how people feel and we don't care how our workers are. They have to be aware of, different types of communication. They have to know that maybe this person didn't like what I just said, or this person doesn't like doing this, from their body language or from, their facial expressions, and, move forward with that and be able to help that worker and be able to find what's comfortable for them. And that's just being a great leader. That's just, being a great leader and helping on your team. Do you see this changing with increased online communication? I think so, because a lot of communication has to change now, because we're not, doing the same things. Like a lot of classes are online, and a lot of things, have to change. So with this, people have to change with nonverbal communication and, communicate better and communicate in other ways. So like when sending an email, you have to probably show more emotion, or, let a person know how you're exactly feeling instead of just sending an email. But I think times will have to change, because like COVID has stopped a lot of stuff, and this is how I feel. And with number 3, review the remaining readings posted that are not relevant to nonverbal communication. So for me, I looked at internal crisis communication, and for me, I just thought that with everything going on, such as corona and sickness spreading everywhere, I felt like this was, a great topic, because it shows how people should, communicate within their organization during a crisis. It shouldn't be, just, be safe or do this and that. It should be like, this is our guidelines, this is what we have in plan, this is how we gonna stop, COVID from getting here, and if it does get here, this is our plan to, move forward and allow not just you but the customers to be safe. COVID-19 has really took over, our world, and I believe that, everybody has to practice like different things and just, work on how they can always be ahead of what may happen. So I believe this is very important because just as we talked about in our last video quiz, like crisis communication is huge now, as we see. Many people, wasn't ready for COVID-19. And now I believe that this idea of internal crisis communication will allow other people to, just be ready and have a plan within the organization, not just for COVID-19, but for anything, earthquakes or any natural disasters that may happen. And also, we was asked, what did you learn that you did not know before? So, for me, it was just mostly the idea of more, non-verbal communications. You know what I'm saying? I told you that I knew of, body language and facial expressions because I've heard a lot from like coaches and my mother and teachers in the past. I wear my, emotions on my sleeve. So for me, it's just that like I have to work on that. And, for working in a company, you have to, not always show your emotions like on your sleeve. You have to be able to, fake it. Like the saying, fake it to make it, you have to be able to fake it. But I didn't know it was other types of, nonverbal communication, such as music and like dancing and stuff like that. And, I just think that learning that could help me, figure out other things in my future, such as, what someone may be going through or what is going on in others' lives. So I really, appreciate that and I like that. But that's my quiz 2, and I look forward to quiz 3.